if you would even be able to connect with like a dog that I had that had passed.
Oh, yeah, I should be able to.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, so there was something I filled out on the intake form about that. Like I had done like a 15-minute like animal intuitive thing with her, and he came through right away, and it was really beautiful. And I'll just say it now then.
Yeah. Just tell me. Oh, and if you want to share the dog's name with me too, though.
Oh yeah, her name is Sweetie.
Aww.
And I call her Sweetness. So, but so the woman said she can help me with my work now. So with the QHHT, but she didn't really get into, and then she didn't get into how, and then she did say something about like that Sweetie said like, "Oh, Mom, yeah, we get to practice," but I don't really know what that means.
Yeah.
I like was interested in connecting with like, how can I practice? What is she talking about? You know, what does that all look like? That was my only kind of like thing that I wanted to talk about. But other than that, I'm really just interested in like, what do they want me to know? You know, I do practice channeling. So like, anything, you know, how can I kind of, I don't know, speed that up, or what's my next step, or, you know, so I really don't have anything too super specific. It's just, what do they want to tell me, you know?
Yeah. And it's funny. It makes me think sometimes when people come, they almost have like a grocery list of like, okay, these are all the things, and that's totally cool too. Yeah. So it could be like 10 minutes on this, 10 minutes on that. Gonna get her started and taking some deep breaths and getting really present. Taking in a deep breath through your nose and imagine it going all the way down to your toes. And wherever your feet are, and taking another deep breath in and feeling the land where you live, tuning into the beauty of it. Inspires you every day. How your home is in a nice spot, nestled in the land and all of the beauty around you. But just ease your soul. A little bit more gratitude for your home and or your office space. I don't know if your office is your home or not, but just feeling that not only is it the place where you can rest and have shelter and nourishment, but it's also where so much dynamic energy is unearthed and expressed and born. I'm getting this image almost of like the beginnings of little sparks, and not exactly like fireworks, but a little bit like firecrackers, and the little swirly cues and spirals and swirls of white blue light coming out through the work that you do.
And I do it from my house.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, and I thought so.
Yeah. And in my office, it's so funny. I have a white and bluish, greenish, like mandala hanging. That's for my
I love it. Yeah, and it's funny because it kind of feels like fiery energy, but not golden red. I just keep on seeing white. It also makes me think about electricity too. So yeah, extra gratitude and attention and awareness to your home that has a few different purposes, and this beautiful work that you're doing that's like sparkling and sparking out into the world. I love that. Oh, okay. All right. I'm getting a little bit more about this, so I'm going to go with this for a moment. And we'll get to your list, I guess, later.
I'm gonna, like I said, I have no expectation for whatever. It's all good.
So this is how it goes sometimes. So, okay. I'm just gonna a little bit start talking about what I'm seeing or sensing. And some of it might be literal, it might be symbolic, or it might be a mix of both. I don't know. But I get a little bit of sense of a feeling of like when you roll out a carpet and that kind of unfurling energy. And then I see like a little 2 steps down. I don't know if there's a separate entrance to your office, but I'm getting this visual of a separate entrance. And so again, that's why I'm saying it might not be literal. This might be symbolic.
Okay.
Yeah. So this little, it's not a red carpet that's unrolling. It going with these same colors I was talking about, the white and the green and the blue. So it's like that type of colored carpet. And it's cute. I don't know what your yard or garden space is like, but I kind of see it unfurling out to that. Yeah, I don't know if you're much of a nature person. I kind of figured that maybe you are, but
yeah.
The yard, I don't know if you ever use the outdoors as a way to support you as a person, your spiritual work for yourself, or what you do with others. But I get this sense of, not that you're going to do sessions out in the yard necessarily, but you might create something in the yard that also feels like a natural extension of what you're doing in your office.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I have more for that. Or it might just be, there's a few ways that this could go perhaps. Or maybe you do your work and then you go spend some time out in your yard. I get that it's a little bit more than that. So, okay. The one thing, if you don't have an exterior door in your office, I'm getting this request to visualize one for yourself. Oh, that's really cool. Like a spirit door, kind of.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Entrance.
Okay. Yeah. And so what they're telling me, ooh, I'm getting chills. This is fun. What they're telling me is, oh, it reminds me of this book that we read with my daughter, where there's a character who she works with magical creatures, and there's a special doorbell and a special door that only her and her family knows about. So anyway, it's got this similar like magical, tickling, delightful quality to it, this whole thing. So, and I don't know exactly how it's going to relate to your work. We might see that later, but
that's okay.
This idea of doing a visualization of this door, that's this spirit door or fairy door that goes out into your yard, and that there's this magical spirit carpet that rolls out, and then there's this lovely little area that's kind of like a ceremony space, but not a serious ceremony space, but maybe like a lighthearted space where fairies would get together. Yeah, I'm seeing and I don't know yet, this might become more clear, whether it's like fairy spirits that we're talking about, or like the energies of the earth or whatever, or just spirits in general. But there's this idea of like, they would like a door for you to both in a meditation or in a channeling, maybe even revisualize that you go out to them, or that they could come to you through this space. And that this type of playfulness, also, they really like the fact that it's secret, because only you and them know that there's this spirit door that goes back and forth.
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like it's this delightful secret, like a child would have about, I've got a secret door that I can go through to see the fairies type of thing. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So, and then I'm asking, like, why do they want you to do this? Or what is this for? They're showing me this feeling of on the top of your head. It's kind of like they're like showering you with energy, ideas, abundance, and it's just their way of also, even though they're working with your head, they really want you to tap into possibilities beyond what you have even imagined. Woo, yeah. No, just, everyday stuff. Yeah. What they're showing me too is like this playfulness that they want you to have. It's almost like breaking you open so that in the work that you do, even if you're not being playful per se, the people or the work, it's almost like it expands you to have so much greater capacity. And then you bring that to the people who you work with, and it just enriches their lives so much. And again, like, it's the secret. So it's not even that you come to a session and then people know about the fairy door. That's why they feel so good. Yeah. Let me see. All right, I'm just going to do this whole little thing again that they did. That just felt so good. Yeah. I don't know a lot about theta healing. I might have told you that before. Like, I almost know nothing about it. but kind of like what they're showing me is it's almost like even everyone's awareness of what theta healing is, this is going to help you to take it deeper or do it better, because it's almost like there's more nuances to it that you can't get to logically, that they want to play around with you, so that, again, this whole aspect of like expanding out your capacity and expanding out your human experience. Okay, sorry, I'm going to ask one more thing.
Yeah.
They are also now showing me this visual or this idea. Let's say you're on a journey and you're on a chariot, and the theta healing is one of the main tools of your chariot, and you're going along. They're showing me that at a certain point, you're going to have other aspects in this chariot. I don't get that it's in the near future. My sense is 3 to 5 years down the road, perhaps, maybe sooner, but maybe not.
Yep.
Of like other, I don't really know if it's modalities or not. It might just be something else not even considered yet. Yeah, I get the sense that it's something else not even considered. But on this journey, at a later point, you're going to have other modalities that you'll be bringing. I love the visual of the chariot too, because I just get this lovely sense of you. It feels like it's a rainbow chariot. Like, I don't know if rainbows are streaming from it or if the sides of it are painted rainbow, but there's this lovely energy of almost like your energetic chariot comes into town and people are just like, woo, all right. Like, they're lining up, or, everybody's there to get their stuff from you. It just came in town.
Awesome.
Yeah, I love that.
That's funny that you say that, and that energetic rainbow thing. So
yeah,
I guess maybe now, it was at least a month or 2 or 3 ago or whatever. I had like an astral projection.
Ooh.
I was sleeping, but I knew that it wasn't a dream. Like, it was definitely an astral projection. And I was setting up all the energetic pathways to my door. And it's like a rainbow.
Oh my God.
I could see all the different colors. And I was like, literally, like, I could see them going down the driveway and down the block. Like,
oh my God.
That they was setting up the healing path, for people to come to me for the healing. Like, it was so cool. And now when you said the rainbows, that makes
I love that. And that also makes me think about this spirit door even though that has some of the colors of the rainbow, I feel like that's like what feeds you, so that I guess you can keep on having these other rainbows going on. Oh, wow. That's so
Awesome.
beautiful.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And when
All
you
right.
say, when you say
Oh,
like
okay.
other modalities that aren't considered yet, do you mean considered by me or considered by the whole?
I think considered by you. I think it's that, but who knows even, because what I get from these, I'm just going to call them fairy people. I don't know that they aren't fairies, but they just gave me the sense that they want to teach you things that you don't know how to do yet.
Oh, okay.
And maybe they're going to give you a modality, or maybe in working with them and everything else, in a few years, you're going to see something out. But it might also, I don't know if it's a modality that's well known or in existence yet. So,
Okay.
yes. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, that's fun. Okay, cool. All right. I'm going to, in a moment again, tune in and see if there's anything else about that. But did you have any other questions about that before I shift gears?
You did say that it can be like in a meditative place, right? I don't necessarily need to create like a little
No,
sign. Okay.
I don't think so. And because the more I went into it, the more it really looked like it's almost like when people create, their altar that's in the spirit world or whatever. So that type of setting. But it is perfectly fine to picture it in your actual yard. But that you don't, unless you feel called to, I don't think you have to do anything physically.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to kind of pick back up I want to call in all the guides who want to be here, who want to be here to share support, and even whether or not they speak out the words, we're just all gathering to be in support of you, to give you the love, guidance need for today and tomorrow, and good months ahead. I'm going to take a few moments to see, does any one of those who are coming in and gathering, do they want to say anything? If you have anything else that you want to ask, either related to what you said before or something that's come up since, you're welcome to ask if you think of anything.
Yeah, and just really, what did they, like, how can I better communicate with them? Are there any signs that I should be looking for? I definitely am aware of some of them. I hear them sometimes, but rarely, so I would like a little, just more guidance on that.
Yeah. All right. So I'm sure more will come, because that's usually how it works with me. But the first thing I'm getting is this image of you with a chalice and a dog beside you. Maybe it's Sweetie, but you like one hand with the chalice and one hand either on your dog or with the staff. It feels very much like Artemis or some Celtic European, like goddess from, eons ago, who, not exactly that she's a woman of the woods necessarily, although it does have a little bit of that Artemis vibe. But there's something about the strength and the way that she's carrying herself that reminds me of this goddess energy. And I'm trying to see if I can see more with the chalice being. Okay. So, all right, they're talking to me a little bit about dogs. Not any one dog in particular yet, but that you having a dog companion is one of the reasons it's so nice for you. Is it's almost like a physical, it's like how spirit guides can work with you as a physical being, because they say when you're with your dog, You feel that love, you feel that loyalty, and dogs give you those little nudges in certain directions or another, kind of like your spirit guides like to.
Okay.
So I'm getting a sense of, you know, like how some dogs are like, let's go for a walk or whatever, but they're not talking to you with words. They just give you nudges with their nose or whatever. They bring their leash over to you.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that I'm getting, is that the spirit guides, that's how, one of the ways that they're communicating with you is with your dogs or through your dogs.
Okay.
I'm going back to this chalice to see if there's any more there. Well, I am going to pause for one moment because I don't always pull a card, but I felt called to pull one today for you right before we got on the call.
Oh, okay.
I sometimes use, what is this called? Sacred Rebels. I don't know if you've ever seen this deck before.
No, it looks beautiful.
It is. And so this one's called Trust Yourself. And it's this, as you can see, I think this woman with all the creatures all around her. I'm sure there's a dog type creature in there somewhere. But I mean, we've got all the colors of the rainbow. And when I was first asking them what they want to say, like what the guides have for you, I started thinking about this card again. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. And it kind of makes me think, I know for me sometimes when I want my guides to talk to me and they're not, I think about, well, what have they already told me that I didn't really listen to yet or do? And I don't know if this happens for you ever, but it's like, how many times are they going to tell me the same thing and I still keep on ignoring it? So I think sometimes it feels like, mine at least will be like, well, we're just going to wait until you do the thing we don't to do. So I don't know if yours work that way or not, but
I'm sure that they do. I really do try to listen. Like,
yeah,
I think there's a part of me that like wants this, like smack in the face, like here we are, you know what I mean? And I don't. Sometimes I think that's not like my journey is to learn to trust myself and trust that it's all coming from within and they are within and that, you know what I mean? So like, but there's that human part of me that's like, just show me, just tell me.
Yes, I know what you mean. Well, and you know, maybe, okay, so with the nudges, since they're kind of gentle, maybe that's, I don't know if they're ever going to get like louder or, I mean, some people need it loud because they won't listen and you quit. And they're like smack you up the head kind of people. So the nudges mean you're more responsive and more attuned to, you don't need to be smacked upside the head with a big message. You can just get it with little or hints of things.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And I've like audibly heard them in my ear, like when I want to fall asleep, like I've heard like, hey, Tara, you know, but it wakes me up. It's so jarring that it like wakes me up.
Oh, that's so funny.
And yeah, so I also, well, I definitely have in tune to like spirits and stuff, but I have fear around it. So I know that it hasn't really like opened up because I get like freaked out, you know.
Yes.
And I know that I have to get past. I don't quite know how to get past it, but I've started to be more open. Like if I feel something or feel the urge to say something to someone, like I do. I do hear. I know. It's me. Like I know that I do hear them, and I hear that you need to say it, you need to say it, you need to say it. And then I do, and I've been trying to listen better, not expect a smack in the face. I don't think I really want those. Like, I don't need my life to like fall apart to listen. I'm so aware of listening to get to the point where I am,
Yeah. I like that. And that makes sense to me now why I'm seeing these little fairy creatures. I mean, I didn't see fairies, but that energy of it to me is very easy to, like, it's so innocent. People aren't scared of fairies, And so I wonder if too, that's a way of like playing and engaging that lets you open up without having any like caution or fear coming in, and just let you develop that comfort level.
Yeah, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense.
Yeah. Cool. All right. I'm going to close my eyes again. That makes it easier for me to tune in, but you're welcome to keep your eyes open if you wish. And so my next question would be to just look for what is your highest and best that you need to know next. But if you have a certain way you want me to narrow that down, I'm happy to ask a more narrow question.
I don't think so. I think just what do I need to know for next is good.
I'm seeing all these laughing faces around you, not laughing at you, but laughing with you, just like joy and happiness. And some of them are dogs' faces, and some are like if a dog and a clown had if it was a dog clown. Yeah. So it's wild. It's like so many faces that are like all around you, just coming in, laughter, humor. Do you think of yourself as a joyful person?
Yeah.
Okay. That's how I perceive you too. So I wasn't sure if that's what you thought as well.
Yeah. I would like to invite the childlikeness back more. I'm older, that responsibility and things have kind of weighted down a little bit, but I would definitely like to invite more of the childlike wonder back.
Okay. Okay, so now hearing that, they're saying, all right, they want you to schedule it in then. Schedule in your wonder time. I don't know that it has to be every day, but and then this is so funny. Been coming up for a few people I know lately, or well, you're the second person, I guess. A tea party. Not that you're officially going to do a tea party, but that feeling of like when children have a tea party and are having that wonder and play of eating something good and sweet and setting it up, and maybe it's out in the yard. Yeah, I guess I do get kind of this outwards. I know you work from home, but do you also get out and about a lot too? Or are you home a lot? Or what does your regular schedule look like?
It depends. I mean, I try to get out to like meetups and stuff like that. If I'm busy, then I'm home a lot because I walk out of the house. But I do try to get out. I sit outside every day.
Oh,
in the
lovely.
morning. But
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know if I could say I should get out more, but I do try to get out and make friends, all that.
That's good. Yeah, I guess they're just saying for that wonder time, just if you schedule it in and make a point to, I don't know if it's a tea party or painting or something that's like totally out of the box, free and lighthearted, whatever is your own brand of, whatever sticks with you. And I guess when I was asking about going out, I was getting a sense of like, if you ever pop into a local cafe or a local restaurant that has something, because I was getting with the tea party, I was getting this sense of like flaky pastries or really good appetizers. Like, and I don't know if you're a foodie in any way, but I was getting a lot of this, like, going to places that have lovely small plates to nibble on.
Okay. Okay.
Might be a nice way to feed your soul.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Side note, it's a little bit expensive, but Juniper, have you been to that rooftop bar in Greenville?
No.
It's really lovely.
Oh,
It's
okay.
expensive though, and they're small plates, but they have the whole place decked out like it's a garden.
Oh,
Yeah, it would be a nice date night type of place, or to go out with friends.
okay.
And it feels very much almost like that old jungle feeling where there's plants everywhere you look and like big bouquets and like
wow.
whole walls that are all greenery.
Nice.
I don't know if that's your vibe or not, but
That sounds awesome.
yeah, I've been there once or twice, and there's something about the vibe of that that's kind of similar to this sense of wonder. And what I also like about it is it makes me think about it a little bit has that one day I was there was an Alice in Wonderland party there. So people were dressed up as different characters from Alice in Wonderland.
That's awesome.
But the venue, when I go there, I think about, wow, you really could make a restaurant with any theme that you want and just like take it up to level 10. And it's that much a feast for the senses. And so I, in that space, in addition to liking the greenery, really tune into the people who created it, their creativity and their excitement for creating something that feels really new and luxurious, kind of, but luxurious is maybe not the right word, but immersive. And so that sense of wonder might be really rich too, of where the places. Yeah. So, you might look that up and be like, not my thing. But where are the places that when you go there, just like make you kind of expand and open up and think, oh, this is possible, that these people created this, and tap into that possibility and expansive energy for the wonder. I don't know. I know you mentioned before that you were engaged, and I don't know how far off all that is and the honeymoon and all that. But like when I see this picture, I think about tropical places and a trip. And not that you are like, well, let me just go plan a trip. But you could at least look at pictures of
right
tropical place, if that's your kind of thing.
Yeah.
That makes you excited.
Yeah, we want to go to, not that we have no plans to get married right then, whatever, but we want to go to like Fiji or something for honey.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds lovely.
Yeah, definitely.
So, okay. Now I'm rolling with this stuff on. So to make that more of a possibility, your guides want you to start tapping into what they're calling your Fiji friends, which are, is there anyone you know who's gone to Fiji? And if so, like, talk to them about it more. Or do you follow anyone on social accounts who go to Fiji? Or do you follow any social media accounts that are just about Fiji? But yeah, they really want you to, okay, now I'm getting the tinkles all over. They really want you to go down this rabbit hole of Fiji and Fiji friend, because there's a little bit of this, you want to do Fiji, but it does also feel a little bit far off, but they want you to bring it home a little bit more like, oh, this is a reality and I'm making it happen because I want it to happen. And also there's something about cultivating these Fiji friend experiences in whatever way you're going to start bringing Fiji in, that I don't know if like you could find out about, somebody's got a package deal for their hotel or whatever. But I get the sense too of like, if you're already calling it in, there might be some other yummy situation. You see an opportunity that you wouldn't have seen if you just waited until either your honeymoon was planned or you're like, oh, well, I know we have this amount of money and time off or whatever. They're kind of saying, start getting into that planning phase right now and let that momentum roll you forward.
Okay.
Yeah. And I also got the sense it's possible that someone could do a retreat and need someone like you there as a part of their whole offering, Now, I know that's not exactly a honeymoon, but it could also be something else fun, too.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome. I just got asked to be part of a retreat. I just got the date today.
Oh!
Here in South Carolina, but...
That's okay.
Wow. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I'm excited. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, that makes me happy for you. Yeah. Yeah. And I'm also getting along with that, like what's coming up right now is the Fiji tourism board. Like this feels so random, but like following them, getting their emails or whatever they send out, and also contacting them to be like, hey, this is my expertise. If you ever need somebody with this. Anyway, just opening those doors and creating that open pathway for you and Fiji. So that sounds fun.
Oh.
Yeah, and I like this idea too of since Fiji came up in conjunction with wonder, I'm getting this sense of like, what are all the wondrous ways that things could happen that would feel really this blossoming, expanding, mind-blowing, I can't believe this happened type of thing. I'm also thinking of this woman out of Australia, Denise Duffield Thomas. I don't know if you follow her, but she talks about manifesting. And when she first started, she manifested all of these trips for free for her and her partner. It was just because she was in that vibe and really tapped, and she really wanted to travel. And so I'm feeling that vibe with you of wonder about Fiji. It's like, if you just go ahead and kind of get your antenna receptors, open to Fiji or honing in on Fiji, that things are going to start coming into your experience.
Awesome.
Yeah. I love that. Yeah. Okay. I know you had mentioned maybe channeling. I feel like Sweetie didn't come through like we thought Sweetie would, but I still have at least one more. I have time to tune in for one more question, but is there anything specific you want me to ask as we begin to wrap up?
I don't think so. Yeah, I would like to know about the channeling. Yeah.
Yeah. And okay, so a few quick questions to give me some more context here. Do you want it to either speed up, or is it to be more pronounced, or do you want more, what's the word, like impactful messages? Or do you want to know that who you're channeling, or is it any of those?
Yeah, like more of how can I like speed up the process, or just get to the next step of the process. Mm-hmm. And yeah, who do I channel, or how do I know? I mean, I know I've asked them before what their names are, or like, who am I speaking with? And they called themselves the Crazy. And I was like, that's ridiculous.
Funny. But you know what? All those laughing faces around you, that's kind of crazy. Not in a scary way. I hope you don't have,
Right.
I know some people associate negatively with clowns.
No, like, but that's when it felt like, because I say that all the time, I'm like, that's crazy. And, we're all crazy.
Right.
So it made sense when I said it, like, but I was like, I'm not calling you the crazy. Like, people are going to think I'm crazy. You know what I mean? They were like, people, I forget exactly what it was, but it was like, people don't need to understand, or people will understand, or it doesn't really matter. So, but then I question myself. I'm like, am I nuts that this is what I think? Or, that's what they told me to call them. Okay, the crazy. I'm going to call them.
I like it. I mean, to put it in another context, I was on TikTok yesterday. There's this guy who does an interpretation skit of peasants in the Renaissance and curtains and drapery comedy. I don't even know how to explain it. I mean, I watched like 3 or 4 videos because it was absurd and fun and crazy. But I was also like, how's that even a thing? He has a lot of followers, and it's like this drama of the curtains and the peasant keep on unfolding, and it makes me feel about the crazy. So one of the things I love about like a court jester, let's say, is it naps us out of our normal reality and normal way of thinking, and juxtaposes things or cracks us open to see new things that when you're going too linear regimented, you can't see.
Right.
So I love that they're called the crazy. Maybe you channel the crazy so you're not crazy.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I definitely feel all those faces, it almost reminds me of, what is that called? In theater, there's the comedy and tragedy. They kind of remind me of the comedy faces. So those are the faces I saw around you. The other thing they're telling me, and I'm laughing because sometimes I feel like when people come for a session, then they get all the homework. But they're asking me to ask you, are you making it a regular habit? Because they say that if you want it to kind of develop further to the next level, that as long as it's a regular habit, that you're on the right path.
Yeah. I try to do it every morning after
that's great. That's great.
And I've been writing it. Like,
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, and that reminds me of the other thing they were telling me a minute ago. So yeah, that's great that you're channeling the crazies, but they also are saying if you want to try and channel your dog, you can do that, and that could be helpful for you to get some information too. So, yeah, so after your meditation, you can go into it and just be like, I'm ready to hear what Sweetie has to say, and or what Sweetie wants to tell me. And Sweetie's telling me that just to be prepared first, Sweetie might just give you lots of love. I'm getting this visual of like the dog like licking you, just to, when dogs are just showering you with all their love and they're just so happy to see you. So but she's just saying like eventually she's gonna get beyond that. You need more than love. I mean, that's pretty awesome actually. Right. But she wants you to know that don't feel like that's all she's ever going to tell you about, but that initially when you start channeling her, she just feels like she just wants to love on you for a while. Express all that, and then I'm sure she'll have other things to express about like how she's working with you. and all of that. But she, I'm sorry, I'm feeling a little bit. I just really get this of like, she wants to, the phrase I'm getting is raise your energy enough and like calibrate you with that deep sense of love, because it's going to make it easier for you to trust yourself, and then easier for you to channel whatever it is that you want to channel. That'll be the most helpful.
Okay.
And this might be, I don't want to go too much. Sometimes I have a tendency to keep on asking and then open up things that are going to take too long to cover. But I don't know yet. I can't see from what I'm seeing now whether it's like this will only ever be just for you, or if you're wanting to like share it with others beyond that. I get the sense that if you do at some point want to share it with others, that's great. But that also right now, energetically, it feels like this is just, I mean, I keep on getting this thing of like raising the level of energy, and like you're just getting filled with like this maximum amount of beautiful golden light from doing this. And I'm also getting this image kind of like of a square or of a shelf, but what I think it means is like it's giving you the stability to be like reaching that next level in your channeling. And yeah, so it's almost like calibrating of like, there's the first level of channeling, and then the more you do this, and Sweetie and the Crazies, and the more you're connecting with them and they're filling you up, it's like then that's what gives you the structured feeling for the next level.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, that's really nice.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. This is so cool. I loved, I don't know. I feel like you have so many good things that came out of this.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I can't wait to like meditate and experience the fairies and the everything. All of it, really. Like, I can't wait.
Yeah, I know. That feels so good. And, you know, if things with Fiji start happening, you'll have to keep me posted.
Oh, I will.
I'm also getting a sense now, too. It makes me think about, now that I know you like Fiji, if I see Fiji stuff, I'm going to want to send it to you. And so and not that you have to do this, but it might be that there's a few people in your life who, if you tell them, hey, I'm doing some Fiji research or putting out feelers, Fiji feelers, then they can start keeping their eyes open for you as well.
Yeah.
Because it really feels pretty good too. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
you're welcome. Yeah, and lastly about the Crazies, like I don't feel like they have any qualms about their name, and I think it feels good. Like it really feels. I mean, they're fun, like energy that's kind of sporadic, staccato, spontaneous, different. It's refreshing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, definitely. It's so funny because so far, like a lot of what it's all about, like you said with Sweetie, is love. Mm-hmm. And like, you know, you're loved, you're supported, trusted. I mean, some of it, I've sent like pictures of it to my brother, and he's like, that's definitely some higher self, you know, nonsense talk, like in a good way.
Yeah.
You know, but and some of it doesn't really make sense, and some of it does. And I think one time it was like, you know, I was like channeling or whatever, and then it was like, sauteed bananas make a good menu item or something. What are you talking about? But yeah, they are crazy, but I love it. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, I love it too. Well, and it makes me think when I channel, like if I'm having a really bad day, and then I need to get more regimented. I don't channel every day, even though I would like to. But I'll usually do it in the evenings if I've had a bad day, or if I'm like, oh, I haven't done it, let me go do it for 5 or 10 minutes. And it always gets me feeling really good again. And a teacher that I learned from talked about, actually, I think I've heard 2 teachers talk about this, of like, a lot of times they just want to calibrate you for love first. And it might seem basic, but it isn't just basic, because it's like, how can you really receive if you're not feeling worthy of receiving? So, yeah. And I love that it gives you that too, because it's probably just adding this other nice energy to the whole rest of your day because you've done it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah. It takes away the fear, you know, it takes like puts you in that like knowing place instead of that like what if place.
Yes, exactly. And you know, maybe sauteed bananas are a good menu item. Like maybe next time you go out to eat, you can tell your server, I don't know if y'all have considered sauteed bananas.
Thank you, you too.
Thanks.